let's build the personal up as a resume. So
Mm-hmm.
when it's time for business credit, all they got to do is personal guarantee you, which is called PG.
Mm-hmm.
They personal guarantee you, and then they see that you honorable on that personal side, and they start you up. So I can go create a LLC tonight,
Mm-hmm.
and since my personal is fixed, and once I get my papers and my EIN and things of that nature, then once it's established, then I can go get some credit cards on the business side. It's
Mm.
not 2 years old, so I can't get loans yet.
Got you.
But I can
But you can get credit cards.
get some business credit cards with 0% interest for, let's say 15 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's a year and 3 months. I go get 3 credit cards, 10K each. That's 30,000. I take the money off the card and go run a play that I want.
Let's transition a little bit into the trade lines,
Okay.
because I've heard this from my understanding. I've heard that trade lines can be a good substitute for people who gotta run these plays with speed, but right off the bat can't get a credit card. Right?
Right.
What's the game behind the trade lines? Is that a myth? Is that accurate? And how should people look at trade lines as something that's beneficial?
So trade lines can help in all ways. I like trade lines. The reason being is you can have somebody that don't got no credit card, but add two trade lines on there. We looking at the credit limit. Trade lines. If you add a trade line to your report, you wanted to again be $3,000 or better, 0 to 9%, no late payments on it. All right,
and that information should be accessible from wherever you get in the trade line.
Yeah, you ask them.
Gotcha.
So if let's just say you was my family or friend, yo, bro, I'm in a mix of fixing my credit, but I need some help, and you got good credit cards. You say, yeah, all right, bet you maintaining it to 0 to 9%. Yeah, I pay it off, every month to 0. What's the credit limit on it? He gonna tell you, it's like 5,000. And what type of year is it? Got any late payments? Nope. So that's all green flags.
Okay.
Can you add me on? I don't need the credit card, because people be scared to add you on because they
think you're gonna get the credit card and you're gonna spend it.
But you don't got it. I don't need the credit card. I just need it to show up on my report. Now let's just say you got 2 credit cards, both of them got $1,000 on it, right? You add that trade line that got 10. Now it shows the banks that you can maintain 12. You feel what I'm saying? Now your score goes up. Why? Because you just 10% is adding new credit on your report. So you got 35% payment history, 30% utilization, 10% new line of credit. You know what I'm saying? So by adding some debt to your report, that's credit.
Got you. So all a trade line is essentially is just being added as an authorized user under a credit card.
Right.
So you could ideally do this for your kids.
Absolutely. I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe it's the age of 16.
So as long as they're 16 or older, you can add them as an authorized user. Got you. So this is why you can't take everything off of TikTok, right? Or even IG, because like I've seen something where it's like they say as soon as your kid born, you add them, and by the time they're 18,
you can Google it though. I believe it's 16.
Okay.
15 or 16.
All right, bet. So
credit hacks. All right. So credit hacks that I usually do is again, is this for the people? Are we talking personal or business?
Let's stick with the personal, because most people, correct me if I'm wrong, in order to even get to the business, your personal got to be in order, right?
Right, but you got ways where you can build the business up as well without the personal. I like to go getting the personal right and then the business, because why not get money both ways?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I also like the personal and then the business, because let's build the personal up as a resume. So when it's time for business credit, all they got to do is personal guarantee you, which is called PG. They personal guarantee you, and then they see that you honorable on that personal side, and they start you up. So I can go create a LLC tonight. And since my personal is fixed, and once I get my papers and my EIN and things of that nature, then once it's established, then I can go get some credit cards on the business side. It's not 2 years old, so I can't get loans yet.
Got you.
But I can get.
But you can get credit cards.
I can go get some business credit cards with 0% interest for let's say 15 months. That's a year and 3 months. I go get 3 credit cards, 10K each. That's 30,000. I take the money off the card and go run a play that I want. Or I see you having a mentorship about podcasting, and I'm really trying to get interested in it. I'm gonna use that business credit and invest into you as a mentor, because I know, all right, bet if I go all in, and being an amazing teacher, you're gonna teach me the game. I'm gonna make that money back. With business credit is no utilization. So you can max that card out, and with 0% interest, you can do minimum payments, and that minimum payments don't get taxed with interest.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
As long as it's within that 15 months to 18 months, whatever the time is.
So you got to make a play, quote unquote, or you got to do something that's you're gonna use their money and then give it back to them before.
That's where people talk about it's free money, essentially. Right.
When you hear 0%, that's considered free money.
Got you. Got you. Okay. Well,
but to answer your question, the plays that I would do is again, I would get my personal right. Here goes some building accounts to help people out. The first building account that I like is called Credit Strong. Credit Strong, they got a couple of plans that you could do. I always tell people, don't get into no debt that you can't maintain. All right, don't get into no debt you can't maintain. But the beautiful thing about these building accounts is if you go through something, you can cancel it and then go get it right back. You know what I'm saying? So Credit Strong is one. Self is another one. Self Lender. Cheap but effective. I go a lot of cheap but effective things. Kickoff is another one. And an authorized user is another one. You got Boom Pay. You can get somebody to put rent history on your report. You can backdate it and they can add some history on your report if that's the issue. So you got ways to make some money. You got another hack is Navy Fed pledge loan. You know what I'm saying? You go get a loan, you put your money down, you pay 80% of that off, and then the rest you pay off. And then now you got a relationship with Navy Fed. They see that you can manage some money, then you go ahead and you knock them over the head at night and go get a credit card. You know what I'm saying? And then another big hack is if you're doing an application, let's just talk about credit card applications. This is how people get high limit credit cards. If you're doing a credit card application, right? 4 things before you even do that, right? During the day, you want to call these credit card people, right? You want to ask them 4 questions. The first question is, where do you guys pull from? All right. They gonna say 3 things: Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. Okay. The second one, what platform do you pull from? They're gonna say 2 questions. They're gonna answer it 2 times. Advantage 3.0, which can be your smart credit, which can be your Credit Karma. Then the second platform is gonna be a FICO 8. It can be a My FICO. It can be your Experian. You just gotta pay for the full version to see it, right? But once you get those 2 questions, the next question is, what's the minimum score? All right. Now what you're doing is you're getting all your ducks in a row, right? Your 4th question is, do you got pre-qualification, pre-approvals? The reason being is we don't want to go in there and get a hard pull, and if our ducks not in a row, you just wasted an inquiry. Now your score drops 7 to 15 points. You get what I'm saying? So now that you got your ducks in a row, the game plan is to start applying at night. So I'm gonna ask you a question. And I learned this when I was making $50,000 a year. When I was making $50,000 a year, I was only getting cards like with 1,500 on it and things like that, because I was putting my actual salary. These applications is more so, what do you project that you'll make? You get what I'm saying? So for me, I'm saying when I was making 50 a year, I was saying I was making 80. They saying, oh, what's your rent? Oh, all right, bet. I'm not telling them, who is them to say that me and my spouse ain't splitting our rent. So if I rent 25, I'm saying my rent 1,200. But now what happens is the debt to income ratio plays a factor. So they see that you making more money than you dishing out. After tax season, you still got, let's say, 60. So why not give you a $7,000? Why not give you a $10,000 credit card when I see that you can already maintain 9? That's the play.
And so you saying doing it at night?
At night, because it is it's not a live person.
Got you. So these is like computer generated approvals.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's based off of the numbers.
It's based off of the numbers.
Wow.
So while y'all sleep, I'm graveyard shipping. I'm making money.
Literally.
And
it's like when you say at night, anytime after 6, anytime after 7, or later than that.
We talking me personally. I like to do anytime after 1.
This man about to have me sipping on some Starbucks and some goddamn energy drinks to be up that late.
I'm there 1 in the morning getting busy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing no game.
Yeah, yeah.